Maybe 20 years ago, you had a beautiful dream. You imagined fashion designs in your head, woke up inspired, and started sketching them on paper. Little by little, you began to feel that maybe this was not just a hobby, maybe this was your calling. Maybe you were meant to become a fashion designer. But then life happened. When it was time to apply for university, your parents told you there was no future in fashion in your country. You listened, chose a different path, and let the dream go. And maybe a part of you has carried that regret ever since. Or maybe your story is different. Maybe last week you were invited to a special event. You wanted something elegant, something beautiful, something that felt like you, not too much, not too little, a perfect excuse to refresh your wardrobe. So you went shopping. You visited boutique after boutique, tried on so many pieces, and nothing felt right. Some dresses were unflattering. Others made you look older than you are. Some were beautiful on the hanger, but not on you. And at some point, you found yourself asking, why is it so hard to find something that truly feels like me? Or maybe you are a man wondering why so many menswear brands stop at the basics and why it's so difficult to find something original, expressive, and well designed. And then the thought appears, maybe I should launch my own brand. But right after that comes the bigger question, but how? Where do I start? What do I do first? What if I have no skills, no knowledge, and no experience? So in this video, I want to share a few thoughts and a few tips, a few steps. I'm not here to pretend I know everything. I'm not here to teach you, and I'm definitely not here to scare you with mistakes. I do not consider myself an all-knowing expert, but over the past few years, I have worked with more than 200 customers, and also I have my own brand. So I've seen a lot, I've learned a lot. I went to fashion school, of course, and I can share a few things that may help you to start with more clarity and less overwhelm. And stay until the end because I'll share one step that many designers skip and it's much more important than people think. Step number one, know your why. Do not build a brand around one beautiful design. Start with a deeper reason. Why do you want to do this? Write it down. Be honest with yourself. For me, fashion is not just about beautiful dresses. It is a medium for my art. It is a creative space. It is engineering, problem solving. It's brainstorming, strength, independence, femininity, and joy. It is also about honoring the dream I had as a child and helping others bring their own dreams to life. Your reason may be different. Maybe fashion helps you express emotions you cannot put into words. Maybe you want to create clothing you would never find for yourself. Maybe you want to build something of your own. Whatever your reason is, know it clearly. Because on difficult days, and trust me, there will be plenty, your why is what will keep you going. Step number two, define your brand, find a niche. Once you know why you want to start, the next step is to understand what kind of brand you want to build. What is your brand about? Who is it for? What kind of feeling, lifestyle, or aesthetic does it represent? At this stage, it's completely normal to feel confused. In fact, confusion is part of the process. Let yourself brainstorm freely. Write everything down. You might be thinking, should I do women's wear, men's wear, children's wear, athletic wear, resort wear, evening wear? Write the niches down and underneath each one, write the pros and cons. Ask yourself, what do I genuinely enjoy about this niche? Why am I drawn to it? Can I see myself working on this for years? Let's say you chose women's wear, then go deeper. What kind of women's wear? Day wear, evening wear, work wear, lounge wear, athletic, vacation pieces. This is where clarity begins. And I also want to say something that may be unpopular. A lot of marketing advice tells you to find a problem and solve it, to create from pain points, to identify a gap in the market. Honestly, I don't truly agree with this when it comes to fashion. In 2026, there is everything already. Unless you are inventing some highly innovative product for a completely new environment, people can already buy almost anything, from the cheapest basics to luxury designer pieces. You can find joggers everywhere, you can find dresses everywhere. So instead of obsessing over inventing something that has never existed, ask yourself, what drives me? What excites me? What story do I want to tell? It is much easier to build, talk about, and sell something that truly motivates you. People do not only buy products, they buy emotion, they buy identity, they buy stories, they buy connections. If you need more clarity on how to find your niche, watch this video, the link is in the comments. Step number 3, define your customer. You need to understand who your customer is. And no, your customer does not have to be everyone. You are not fast fashion. You are not chocolate. You're not here to please absolutely everybody. A small brand becomes strong when it knows exactly who is it speaking to. And here is another important reminder. Your friends do not have to be your customers. Sometimes people get discouraged because their friends do not understand the concept, or do not like the prices, or simply are not interested. That does not mean your brand is wrong. It just means they are not your audience. Also, if you personally cannot afford your own brand right now, that does not mean no one else can. You may simply be your future customer, just at a different stage of life. Try building a full mood board around your ideal customer. What does she wear? Where does she go? How does she want to feel? What does she value? What kind of lifestyle does she have? And every time you design something, ask yourself, would my customer wear this? Where would she wear it? How would she style it? How would she feel in it? This will help you to design with intention instead of just creating random pieces. Number 4, start small. This is one of the biggest pieces of advice I can give. Start small. You don't need a full collection right away. Even 10 pieces can already be a lot for new brands. And very often, trying to launch too much at once drains your budget, your energy, and your focus. Instead, begin with 1 to 3 designs. This is enough. Okay, 5. And if your brand is built around one piece, like for example, dresses, trench coats, shirts, or knitwear, even one strong style can be enough to begin. You don't need to launch with everything: t-shirts, pants, dresses, jackets, coats, puffers, skirts, blazers, accessories. No. Start with a product you believe in the most, the one that best represents your brand. You can always expand later, but when you start too big, most of your budget disappears into product development before your brand even has a chance to breathe. Number 5, allow enough time for product development and production. This is a step many people underestimate. If you do not come from a fashion background, you may not realize how much work happens before production even begins. And many people want to skip this part because they're excited. They want to go straight into production. They want everything fast. They want to launch right away. But product development is one of the most important stages of building a fashion brand. This includes pattern making, sample development, fittings, corrections, resampling, grading, size runs, fabric sourcing, trim sourcing, prototype approvals. This process takes time. Often it takes months. You need time to find the right fabrics, time to test the fit, time to fix the issues, time to approve the samples, and then after all that, production still has to happen. Factories and studios usually work with multiple clients at the same time, so naturally there is also waiting time in the queue. So if you want to launch for a season, you need to think ahead. You cannot decide in August that you want to launch fall pieces in September and expect everything to happen smoothly. Usually, if you start in August, fall pieces may realistically be for the next season. Timing matters, and product development deserves patience. We'll discuss product development in greater depth in another video. Step number 6, build a team. When you're starting a small brand, you will wear many hats. You might be doing sourcing, branding, content, customer service, social media, and website work all by yourself. But it's normal in the beginning. But you will still need experts around you. Even if you create your own patterns, you still need a production team. Even if you can build your own website, you may still need a photographer, a model, a stylist, or someone to help you with content. Even if you are creative, there will always be areas where another person can do things faster or better. Building a brand does not mean doing absolutely everything alone. It means learning how to build support around your vision. Step number 7, work on your branding. While your pieces are in progress, do not wait passively. Use that time to work on your branding. This includes Your logo, brand colors, fonts, website direction, brand story, garment labels, hang tags, packaging, and overall visual identity. And here is something important. It does not have to be perfect in the beginning. You don't need the most expensive branding agency. You don't need to have every detail figured out on day one. Start with something clear, thoughtful, and aligned with your brand. You can always improve later. Perfection is not what launches a brand. Consistency does. Step number 8, share your journey before the launch. This is one of the most common mistakes I see. Many designers stay silent while building their brand. They wait for the perfect photo shoot, the perfect product, the perfect website, the perfect Instagram feeds. And then they launch to silence. Why? Because people do not trust what they do not know. You cannot expect to post a few beautiful photos and have people instantly buy from you. They need time to connect with you. They need to see your process. They need to understand your story. They need to feel involved. Show behind the scenes, show fabric sourcing, show sketches, mistakes, feelings, show your thoughts, show the real journey. That is how a community is built. Your social media does not need to look polished from day one. You can refine it later. First, build trust, then polish. Step number 9, plan your photo shoot. Once your prototypes are approved, you can begin planning your photo shoot for your website and social media. This step deserves thought. What mood do you want to create? What kind of model represents your brand? What location fits your story? What feeling should people get when they see the images? Your photo shoot does not have to be huge or expensive, but it should feel aligned. Even a simple shoot can look strong when there's clarity behind it. Number 10, don't set a launch date too early. This is so important. Please do not set your launch date before confirming your production timeline. I see this happen all the time. People choose a launch date before product development has even started. Then delays happen because delays always happen at some point and suddenly everything becomes stressful. Fabric arrives late, trims are delayed, a sewer gets sick, a team member goes on vacation, a fitting reveals something that needs correction, a delivery takes longer than expected. This is normal. It is part of a process. So first, confirm timing with your production team, then add extra buffer time for unexpected delays, and only after that you should choose your launch date. And above all, communicate. Good communication is one of the biggest keys to success. A lot of problems can be reduced simply by, staying clear, realistic, and honest with each other. Number 11, launch small, listen, adjust, repeat. Your first launch is not the final version of your brand, it is the beginning. Think of it as your testing stage. Pay attention to what happens after launch. Which pieces do people love? What sizes sell fastest? What questions do customers ask again and again? What styles feel natural for you to promote? What parts of the process energizes you? And what parts drain you completely? This is valuable information. Use it. After that, adjust, improve what worked, refine what didn't, add something new, remove something that feels off. A brand grows through listening, observing, and evolving, not through pretending everything is perfect from day one. Number 12, last but not least, enjoy the process. And this may be the most important part of all. Enjoy it. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. No matter what happens, try to enjoy the process. You don't live an entire year only to enjoy your birthday, right? The same applies here. Do not live only for launch day. Enjoy the research, enjoy the sketching, enjoy the fittings, enjoy the problem solving. Even enjoy the difficult moments because those moments build your experience. They make you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the next level. There are no elevators here. We do not cut corners. We grow step by step. So yes, have goals, of course, but do not become so obsessed with the goal that you miss the beauty of the process. Because honestly, the process is where the real life happens. If you're thinking of launching a brand, I hope this video gave you a little more clarity, encouragement, and confidence. You don't need to know everything before you start. You just need to start honestly, start thoughtfully, and be willing to learn as you go. And remember, your first launch does not have to be perfect. It just has to be real. If you found at least one useful tip in this video, consider subscribing and giving this video a like. It really helps support the channel and lets me to create more content like this. And if you're also working on your brand or dreaming of starting one, let me know in the comments. I genuinely love to know what kind of brand you want to create in the next one.